Guys, I wish I could bottle up the energy that I'm seeing and take it home with me. So Peter, you've got a new product to come up with. You've got to bottle this up and put it together, and we just got to share it. Guys, this is an awesome group here today. First of all, I want to thank corporate for giving me the opportunity to share my story. I also want to thank my team for being here. I have a lot of team members here. And let me tell you, they have the biggest hearts of any group of people I've ever been around. And a lot of them, we never knew each other before they came on board. And getting to know each and every one of them on a personal level, getting to know their whys, what drives them, is just amazing. And last but obviously not least is my wife, Pam. She has stood by me every step of the way. And, you know, there's struggles. There's ups and downs with this, and she's always been there. She's always had my back, and babe, I love you. Thank you. 5.5 years ago, Singular was introduced to me by a good friend of ours, Amber Byers, and I'm very skeptical. Most of y'all probably don't know this. I'm a police officer in Charleston, West Virginia. So, and everything that's introduced to me, I question it. I'm just really skeptical. But went ahead, started the product. She asked me about the business, started talking to me about it. I said, stop. I have no desire. I don't have time for that. I work 50 plus hours a week. I don't want to feel like I'm selling anything to my friends. And I just don't want, I have no interest. Just don't talk to me about it. Well, that happened for about 2 weeks. And people started noticing my results, and I started sharing at that point with just the intentions of getting my products paid for. I thought if I could do that, that would be amazing. Lose weight, feel better for free, nothing better. Well, that happened in 2 weeks. Talked to Pam, and I said, I think there's an opportunity here. I'm going to start doing a little bit more with it, and let's just see where it goes. So my first full month, I had 2 friends come in, and they started being distributors, and we were growing really fast. We hit director on our 3rd month, and then the 4th month, it was the last night of the month, and I was less than 2,000 points from silver director. And some of you guys are going to cringe. I went to bed at 10 o'clock. Yes, it happened. I had my whole upline saying, you're too close, you can't go to bed, you can't, you gotta stay up. And my mentality was, I've got to be up to work early in the morning. I've got to have a fresh mind. I'm not staying up late. We're on a roll. We'll get it next month. So, went to bed that night, didn't hit silver director. The very next month, the 2 people that was building with me stopped. No rhyme or reason. They just said they weren't interested anymore. And obviously, I didn't hit silver director the next month like my plan was. Didn't hit silver director until the following year, I believe. So what happened was, 2 months after they dropped off, I started falling back, and I think I fell back to manager in like 2 or 3 months after that. So I'd never done network marketing before, didn't really understand the ups and downs. I was told, you're going to have some ups and downs, but you never understand it until you feel it. So I started second guessing myself. Can I do this? Do I want to do this? Do I want to put the time into this? Do I want to go through the struggles? And I stepped back and I thought, the compensation plan is good. Obviously it's good. People are making a lot of money with it. The company's a good company. Let me keep going and just start rebuilding. And I started doing that. And it took me actually 2 years before I found my first true leader that started running with me with this. And that's Melanie Simpson. And I'll get to her in here just a little bit. And Singular's changed our life in many ways. And I want to give you one example. My wife, who's a nurse, she does home health, and she's a director of a home health company. And another company, a local company, comes in and headhunts her and says, hey, we're starting this new branch of our business, and we're going to do home health, and we want you and a friend of hers to come in and build it up. So she agrees to do it, leaves her company that she'd been with for a little while, and they start growing the company. They had 50 patients to begin with. In a year and a half, they built up to like 325 patients. Huge growth. Well, the company wanted bigger. They wanted more. And they didn't realize that home health is a hard business. So they started doing some restructuring. I asked her to take a marketing job, and she says, that's not what I do. I'm a nurse, I'm not in marketing. So she came home and she said, they want me to stay on board, but they want me to take a position to where I'm going to make $20,000 or less a year, and they want to cut my vacation by week. And I can remember there was evenings that she would come home and lay in bed, and she was so stressed out because what was going on. Well, I remember looking her in the face and I said, listen, you're not making them another dollar. You're going in and you're resigning tomorrow. I could not have done that on a police officer's salary. There is no way I could have ever comfortably looked my wife in the eyes and said, go resign. But thanks to Zingular, I was able to take that pressure and that anxiety off my wife and say, resign. And she actually enjoyed a long vacation for about 6 months. She did some traveling with some friends, spent some time with her mom, got to do a lot of great things. But my wife's a worker. She said, you know, I love what I do. I'm going to go back to work. So she went back with her former company and was loving life. But Zingular just gave us that opportunity, and they gave us an opportunity to do a lot of different things. This is our newest addition to our family, and it's funny, Nikki Rimple caught me yesterday, and thank goodness I had my stepdaughter in the picture with us, because she said, are you raising your grandson? We take so many pictures with just us and him that Brandy's not in it, so I was like, okay, we probably need to add Brandy into some pictures. But yeah, my Y grew by 1. And I think your Y should always be growing. Maybe not in the sense of having a baby or having a grandchild, but you should always be growing your Y. Corporate asked me to talk about empowering leadership. This was something that I didn't do in the beginning. I was being more of maybe a manager. I was trying to help everybody out, do everything for them. I was giving them tools and resources, but I wasn't really focusing on building leaders. I was doing a great job in building distributors that lasted for a little while, and they went away. Last for a little while, they go away. And when Melanie came on board, I thought, I'm going to try something different. I am going to start empowering her to do things pretty quick. And obviously it worked. She's been here for 3.5 years with me, and she has grown to platinum director and going to be hitting executive really soon. One of the biggest things that you can do to kill someone when it comes to empowering them is micromanaging them. And I won't say I micromanaged them, I just did a lot for them that I should not have done. But what I started doing really quick was giving them the tools, the resources, and the trainings that they needed so they could go out and lead their own team. I don't want my frontline leaders, their teams, to look at me as their leader. I can be a leader in their upline, and I'm fine with that, but I don't want to be their leader. I want their front line or their downlines to look at them and say, that's their leader. Another thing is, I thought I'd give it a pause, let everybody get a laugh on that for a second. Move people out of their comfort zone. Most people will not move out of their comfort zone on their own, me included into that. My first product event, Amber asked me to introduce her, and I said, "You and I've got to talk." She said, "Well, you've at least got to introduce me." I said, "Okay, I'll introduce you." And then the next meeting was like a week or two later, I think the next week, and she couldn't make it. One of her daughters got sick, and she goes, and this was like an hour beforehand. So I said, "Okay." I said, "I'm not going to cancel it. I'm going to do it." And I was so nervous. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind, I was probably holding up a bottle of Flush describing Zine. and I would love to tell you that everybody there signed up. They didn't. Matter of fact, no one signed up. That evening anyways, but later on they did. But we got to be pushed and moved out of our comfort zone sometimes. We talk all the time, we say, great things happen when you leave your comfort zone. And that's so true. But sometimes people need to be nudged, encouraged to do so. Jill Amon, she's my silver director in Alaska. And she, and I asked her to do a training on my training page. I was going to be out of town, and it was actually Cynthia's training page. Cynthia was out of town, I was busy, and I said, "I got the perfect person to do it." I said, "Jill can do this, she's ready to do it." And I talked to her, and she said, "I'm not ready for this." I said, "Well, let me tell you this." I said, "If you were not ready, you and I would not even be having this conversation. You're absolutely ready to do this." And she did it, and she rocked it. She did great. She knows she did. So push people out of their comfort zone, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. There's nothing at all wrong with doing that. Believe in your team. Believe in your team and praise them. This is one thing that I've learned over time. We all have greatness in us. Each and every one of you have greatness inside of you. You might be saying, "Well, Stacy, we've never talked, we never met. How can you stand there on a stage and say that I have greatness inside of me?" This is why. You were created in the image and likeness of God. You were created in the image and likeness of God. If you deny that greatness in you, you are denying God is great. God has put that greatness in you. It's there. What you've got to do is you've got to make the choice to be great. No one can make that choice for you. I can't make it. Your upline can't make it. The person sitting beside of you cannot make it for you. You have to make that choice to be great. So this is what I want to leave you with. Go out, be great, do great, and God bless as always.